I never said I was giving her up for dead.
Then you've got to check out this cabin. It's right near the Arrowhead Inn.
It's about 60 miles from here.
McCleary, I don't gotta do anything.
No, sir.
Tell me, exactly how did you find out about this Arrowhead Inn?
Well, some guy told me.
Some guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell him. What was his name?
Stanley Borden.
Stanley Borden. He's one of Hibbert's bridge partners.
I told you who he was, but what you don't know is that he's the guy who sold Hibbert the dynamite.
Well, I'll just have to find that out on my own then.
Now, Lieutenant, we've already established that.
And we don't have time to double check.
Lieutenant Grant, you'd better find my Aunt Jo before Hibbert does something crazy.
What are you doing?
You should go back to sleep, Mrs. Turner.
I asked you a question. What are you doing?
If you must know, I think I've figured a way out of this mess. That's
Out of
all.
this how?
Let's just say that what I have, I had in the trunk of my car all the time. I just couldn't figure out a way to use it.
Use what? What are you talking about?
This.
What do you plan to do with that?
What does one usually do with dynamite, Mrs. Turner?
I'm not sure. I hope it's nothing drastic.
You always look on the bright side, don't you? I'm afraid this time I have no other choice.
You do have a choice. If you'd only think. If you thought before, you never would have killed Sarah.
I told you I didn't kill her. Now, why don't you shut up about that?
Don't make another terrible mistake.
Mrs. Turner, I know what I have to do. Now, I'm sorry that you're mixed up in the middle of all this, but I really see no other way out.
There is another way. This is a mistake.
No, this is perfect. And when this finally goes off, there'll be precious little around here left to identify.
What about your car?
What?
The police will think it's very strange if they don't find your car.
I've already taken care of that. The car stays in the ditch down by the dirt road.
But it's miles to the highway. You said that.
35 miles due south, to be exact. That's where I keep a backpack and a spare pair of hiking boots in the next room. It'll take me about 9 hours to walk out of here.
It's almost dark. It's going to be bitter cold out there.
I can handle it. And when I emerge from these godforsaken woods, nobody will be looking for me anymore.
There is another choice.
I'm not turning myself in.
Why not? If you didn't kill Sarah.
Maybe I did kill her. Now, why don't you shut up? Just shut up! All I know is that I could never face going to jail.
Mr. Hibbert, I'm not dressed for the cold. I could freeze out there.
Mrs. Turner, I'm afraid you don't understand. I said I was getting out of here, yes, but you're staying.
This may surprise you, but the police are anxious to return your aunt to safety.
Yeah, well, not as anxious as we are.
Mr. Bergman, the only reason we've doubled the manpower on this case is because Cagney is a member of the force. We are doing everything we can.
What are the leads?
Enough.
What do you mean by that?
One of our men just spoke to an old woman who runs an all-night diner about 20 miles south of here. Now, she says she may have served a man fitting Hibbert's description.
Well, 20 miles south.
That's about 100 miles from your Arrowhead Inn.
Okay. Have any of the men been able to prove that it was Hibbert? I mean, you said it was an old lady, right? How old? How's her eyesight? Were they able to show her any kind of picture of Hibbert?
Cagney, stop playing detective, all right? You're just a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie with as good a lead as someone who might have seen someone who may look a little bit like your suspect.
Lieutenant Grant, maybe he's down south. He probably is, but couldn't you send a few men up to the cabin just to play it safe?
Sure, when I get a chance.
All right, fine. Then in the meantime, why don't we go?
I wouldn't advise that.
Well, what are you going to do, Lieutenant? Send somebody over here to stop us? I got a better idea. Why don't you send that someone out to the cabin?
How many sticks of dynamite did Borden say he sold Hibbert?
I'll tell him.
8 of 10. 8 of 10 sticks.
Forensics only found 4 in your basement.
Yeah, we know that, Lieutenant.
This guy could be lethal. I really can't spare any men.
You could spare some volunteers.
Don't even think it. I'll take the ride.
Though, begging your pardon, Lieutenant, but look, we know the man. If he has Joe, maybe we can talk him into surrendering.
Besides, it's never smart to go into any kind of situation without a backup.
Right.
All right, but stop trying to con me.
Yeah, I'll wait in the car.
Cagney? Please be careful.
Guy's holding 4 sticks of dynamite. She says be careful.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes, may I help you?
You could tell me which room Stephen Kendall is in?
You're his mother, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Mother!
Oh, Stephen! I can't tell you what a delight it is to be able to see you whenever I want.
Same here. Have you heard anything about Joe?
No, not really. Listen, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and check on my son.
She's not taking it too well, not like she should.
You know, I must tell you, I'm really glad you think of this place as home.
Really? Why?
Because that's exactly what I want to talk to you about.
No luck?
They said they never heard of Hibbert or the Wilkes family. That's 6 cabins down, not too many more to go.
They also said there's an old place around the next bend in the road.
All they said was there's a cabin that's not used much.
That's
that
not
doesn't mean anything.
It means time is passing by while you guys argue. Now put the car in gear and let's go find Joe, all right?
Well, all ready to go.
Don't do this. Please, think.
Mrs. Turner. Joanne. I have tried to think of another way out of this, really. But there is none. I'm sorry. My backpack's in the other room. Excuse me.
This bend in the road sure is a long way from that last cabin.
I don't think we missed it. It should be coming up any minute.
You said that 5 minutes ago. I think we're lost.
What's the matter?
Am I seeing things, or is that Hibbert's car up there in the ditch?
Oh, you're not seeing things.
Mr. Bergman, you wait right here.
Yeah, I'll wait in the car.
Hold it! You are not going anywhere. Now, why don't you just come back in the room and sit down?
Give me that! No! Don't touch it! One more step. I'll blow us both up.